brazen Trump train.
Donald Trump is putting the party back in politics. I'm Carrie Kellerman, and it's time for Cari On.
I know you've been through some very, very tough times, but we're going to make it better, and we're going to make it better fast, okay? Just watch. You have a great future, folks. You have a great future. I want you to imagine a much better life and a life where you can believe in the American dream again.
There's a persuasion tool that is so impactful and so influential that people will respond or even conform to it, even if it's unspoken. It is something that everyone already has about everything all the time. What is it? Expectations. Listen to this story by Dr. Bruce Wilkinson on how he learned about how powerful even unspoken expectation can be during his early career as a teacher.
I can remember when I first went up to Portland, Oregon, to begin my first year of college teaching at an outstanding school called Multnomah School of the Bible. Well, there was one course in the curriculum. It was a freshman class, and because there were so many students, they divided into 8 different sections, 30 students in each one. I was given sections 1, 2, and 3. I can remember walking down that hallway the first day, though, and bumping into one of the older faculty members that I hadn't met before. He asked me what sounded like a real strange question. He said, "How come you have Section 2 of Bible Study Methods?" He said, "Section 2 is the most coveted section in the whole college. It has all the best students, the cream of the crop of the entire freshman class in one room. It's going to be as different as night and day. The interaction, the quality of their papers, you're just going to feel the excitement, and the electricity is going to bounce off the wall. It's going to be unbelievable. I can't believe they gave it to you." Well, on that Tuesday, when classes began at 8 o'clock in the morning, in came Section 1, and we had a great time in class. And then we had a coffee break, and when I came back, I was wondering to myself, what's really going to be different with these top-notch students anyway? But to be honest with you, the second they walked in, you could feel it. There was electricity in the air. It wasn't difficult at all to see what the other teacher meant. The discussions really moved on, and before any of us knew it, the class was over, just like that. And halfway into the semester, the academic dean, Dr. Joseph Wong, came walking alongside with me, and he said to me, "Bruce, how do you like teaching?" And I said, "Joe, I absolutely love to teach. My favorite part of teaching is Section 2. "No kidding. You have Section 2? Well, tell me, what's it like teaching Section 2 anyway?" Well, I think I went on for more than 2 minutes telling him about all of the remarkable differences there were. You know, about the excitement and the discussion, the papers. And it was like a different world, than the other sections. Well, when he heard all this, he stopped on the sidewalk, right in the middle. And he said, "You're kidding me. It's absolutely that different?" "Yeah?" I assured him that it was that different. Well, friends, at that moment I heard it. The sentence that really threw me for a loop. He said, "Isn't that interesting, Bruce? Because we canceled Section 2 this year. There isn't a Section 2 anymore." I said, "Joe, you're teasing me, right? This isn't really true." He said, "No, I'm not teasing you. The administrative committee decided to spread the outstanding students all across the entire freshman class." I said, "Joe, I need to go back to my office for a minute." I didn't believe it. I said to myself, this really can't be happening to me. I mean, this is unbelievable. I went back to my office and tried to think of some way to prove that he was wrong. I needed to check the facts for myself. And I said to myself, "Oh, no, this is the grade book. The grade book doesn't lie." So I said, well, maybe I can find Section 1's grades. And then I looked at Section 3's grades. They were kind of average, good grades. And then I remember I had sweaty palms, and I opened it to look at the section number 2, and there it was, staring me right in the face. I mean, there was no comparison. A minus, B plus, B minus, A. It couldn't be true. And then I saw, off to the right of my desk, some papers that I hadn't graded yet, and I decided to do the old paper test. Section 2 had more pages than the other two sections put together. I couldn't believe it. Well, as you can sense, I ran into it, didn't I? I ran smack into the middle of this law. Because you know what was different in those sections? Absolutely nothing. It was the same day of the week, the same teacher, the same outline, the same freshman students that were all there. And the only difference, where was it? It was in my head. It wasn't out there in them. It was in their teacher. It was in my mind. Somebody had said something to me on the first day of school. I said, wait until you get Section 2. And he had formed in my mind that Section 2 was going to be one incredible teaching experience. And it was, wasn't it? Well, what would have happened had he told me that it wasn't Section 2, but it really was Section 3? You imagine what would have taken place? See, I learned the hard way, didn't I? That what I privately think in my mind about you and about the class that I'm going to teach has a great deal to do with what you do in my class. You know, that doesn't just happen in the classroom. It happens out there every day, all of the time.
That's amazing. An entire classroom of students academically outperformed their peers based on the private expectations of their teacher. People have an uncanny way of living up to, or down to, the expectations others have of them. Think of someone in your life who had a positive influence on you. Maybe it was a teacher, a coach, a family member, or a friend. Their impact in your life was most likely rooted in more than just compliments of something you did in your past. I'll bet they said something to you that saw beyond your present and anticipated something you would become in the future. That's what visionaries do. They create expectations for the future and therefore impact and influence the future through those expectations. So what kinds of expectations are the most effective? First, they create a dream in the heart of the listener about what the future can be like.
It's time to believe in the future. It's time to believe in each other. It's time to believe in America again. This is how we are going to make America great again for all Americans. For all Americans.
Expectations are most effective when they're positive and inspiring.
He brought back the enthusiasm for the country and to do good and to have a dream and to dream big and that everything is possible.
And when they're desirable to the listener.
We're going to make America great again for everyone, greater than ever before. And I promise you, if I become president, we are going to be working again. We are going to have great jobs again. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be proud of your president. You're going to be proud of our country once again.
Expectations are most effective when they're not too confining and leave room for the listener to construct their own dream.
Our country is going to start working again, jobs. People are going to start working again. Parents are going to start dreaming big for their children again.
And unlike promising a change in the level of the ocean, expectations are most effective when they're believable.
We will make America the best place in the world to start a business. We'll hire workers and we'll open factories and we'll get rid of these horrible regulations that make it impossible to do business in this country.
But most importantly, expectations will empower others if guided by love.
Americans, the people that we love, Americans, America first, make our country great again, Americans, are going to start believing in the future of our country.
Aren't we thirsty for someone to expect the best for us again? And aren't we hungry for a leader who will expect the best of us again? I expect that we are. Make America fun again, my friends. And until next time, carry on.
Trump train.